The cheapest country on our planet is called Uzbekistan, officially known as the Republic of Uzbekistan. It is one of the main countries in Central Asia. The country covers a vast territorial area of approximately 447,400 square kilometers, making it quite expansive in this aspect. However, due to the deserts and mountains that shape its landscape, not all parts of the country are suitable for human habitation. Approximately 35 million people live in this extensive land, making it the most populous country in Central Asia. As expected, the capital, Tashkent, is the most popular city in Uzbekistan, and often serves as the initial destination for visitors. Tashkent, especially during the era of the Soviet Union, had significant importance as a commercial center. In fact, it was the second most populous Soviet city after Moscow and St. Petersburg. Today, Tashkent is home to approximately 3 million inhabitants. Uzbekistan does not have a coastline along the seas, only lakes and rivers within its borders. Among them, the Aral Sea stands out, which used to be one of the largest lakes in the world at one point, referred to as a sea, but has since diminished, unfortunately becoming a shadow of what it once was. Additionally, Uzbekistan is truly a gold-rich country, and I must not speak metaphorically. It is the fourth largest gold producer in the world. They extract gold from their mines, and along with gold, the region has several underground treasures, including uranium. The land of Uzbekistan is so fertile that it ranks fifth in the world in cotton production. Furthermore, the country has natural resources such as natural gas, oil, and coal. If we take a look at the history of Uzbekistan, we will see that it was once the most popular center of life in Central Asia. It was a trade point that merchants considered a hub between China and Europe, on the Silk Road, where trade was conducted. Cultural interactions were also quite common. The fact that the lands of Uzbekistan became so rich and prominent attracted the attention of great rulers, such as Alexander the Great and Genghis Khan. Especially, the Mongols deeply looted and destroyed Uzbekistan throughout the historical process. After Genghis Khan, the great ruler Timur dominated the lands of Uzbekistan. Emir Timur loved art and culture. For this reason, he brought scholars and philosophers from many parts of the world to Samarkand and ensured the development of culture. Timur's era also witnessed the construction of significant Islamic schools in Uzbekistan. When you walk through Tashkent, you quickly notice that more than 90% of the vehicles on the streets are Chevrolet. This is because, due to high import tariffs on vehicles, the global automotive giant General Motors established a factory in Uzbekistan and began producing Chevrolet cars with lower tariffs on vehicles produced domestically. Today, the Islamic atmosphere in the region is preserved in all its glory. Uzbekistan is now a completely independent country. In 1991, following the dissolution of the Soviet Union, it proclaimed its sovereignty. In this sense, the people of Uzbekistan take pride in their own culture and history. In addition to the capital, Tashkent, the country is home to other popular settlements such as Bukhara and Samarkand. Located in Central Asia, Uzbekistan borders Afghanistan and Turkmenistan to the south, Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan to the east, and Kazakhstan to the west and north. If you plan to visit the country as a tourist, most nationalities can enter Uzbekistan without visa issues. However, if you plan to stay for an extended period or work there, you will need to obtain a residence permit and a work permit to live in Uzbekistan. It is essential to learn the official language, Uzbek, and Russian, which are the two most spoken languages in the country. Additionally, over 90% of the population follows Islam, so we can characterize Uzbekistan as a Central Asian state that has embraced Islam. Uzbekistan is a sufficiently modern country, where people enjoy freedom regarding dress and beliefs. Therefore, Uzbekistan leans more towards the culture of societies like Kazakhstan and Russia, rather than revolving around Arab culture. Furthermore, due to its proximity to places like Afghanistan, it might be considered unsafe, but that is not the case. Uzbekistan is one of the most livable countries among the Central Asian nations. In fact, if you manage to earn US dollars here, you can practically establish your own kingdom in Uzbekistan, because, as in any other country, the power of money also opens many doors here. By exchanging, for example, $100 in Uzbekistan, you will receive stacks of Uzbek bills. Undoubtedly, the first things that will catch your attention when visiting Uzbekistan are its bazaars, markets, and bread. There are many bakeries in various places where people enthusiastically make bread. In Uzbekistan, you can find different types of bread with unique flavors that you may have never tried before. The good thing is that you can easily buy these beautiful breads for around $1 each. Yes, bread is cheaper in Uzbekistan than in Europe. As the country's food culture mainly focuses on meat, obtaining meat is also extremely affordable here. For example, you can enjoy a high-quality kebab for $3. What's also good about the markets is that as soon as the vendors make eye contact with you, they offer free samples of their products. Indeed, this is wonderful because it shows that people trust the quality of what they are selling, so they try to attract customers by offering these samples. Additionally, the Uzbek people are known for their hospitality and friendly nature. Moreover, the markets, both in size and appearance of the stalls, closely resemble those of Mongolia. While walking through the bazaars, you will notice that people's eyes shine and they smile at you genuinely. When you look at the Uzbek people, you can see the sparkle in their eyes. However, unfortunately, there is a downside to the story. Some people who realize you are a tourist and are not familiar with Uzbekistan may try to deceive you. Of course, it is not fair to attribute this to Uzbekistan. You can find cunning individuals in almost every place in the world. For example, they may charge 3 times the normal price for a taxi. In places like Bukhara and Samarkand, where museums are free, people may pose as employees at the entrances and demand an entrance fee, or in souvenir shops, they may quote prices much higher than they should be. It's as if they are playing tricks on your mind. Therefore, it is advisable to always stay alert. In fact, my recommendation is that when you visit a country, you find a local guide from that culture before exploring the country together. That way, with a local person by your side, there is no chance of people taking advantage of you. On the other hand, when you go to Uzbekistan today, no matter your nationality or ethnic identity, when they realize you are a tourist, they approach you with great joy and a friendly attitude. They are happy because people from all over the world come to visit their country, especially if you visit rural areas. Local families will surely want to host you, feed you, and make you feel at home. Their cuisine also features a unique specialty, which is meat dishes served with rice. Something that reminds us of Uzbekistan is that people there drink tea from morning to night. However, they don't just consume black tea, but also green tea in abundance. Moreover, they like to combine these teas with lemon or other flavors. By the way, let's not forget that horse meat and cumin are also widely used in Uzbekistan. If you become a guest in someone's home in Uzbekistan, especially if that person lives in an apartment, you must definitely take off your shoes at the entrance. Especially if you go to the capital, Tashkent, and speak Russian fluently, you will quickly make friends and get closer to the local inhabitants. People in the capital mainly speak Russian in their daily lives. Someone who speaks Russian can easily integrate into Uzbek society. But there is an issue related to the climate. I advise anyone planning to visit Uzbekistan in the height of summer to think twice, because cities like Tashkent, Bukhara, and Samarkand become incredibly hot and humid. People are exposed to temperatures above 50 degrees Celsius. Therefore, I suggest that those who want to visit Uzbekistan do so between August and November. Of course, in a place with such scorching temperatures, you have the chance to savor a variety of nuts and fruits at very reasonable prices. If you love architecture and taking photos, the heat may not bother you much because the historical heritage of Uzbekistan, shaped by the Silk Road, attracts people, and it makes it the tourist center of Central Asia. At night, life in cities like Bukhara, Tashkent, and Samarkand in Uzbekistan does not stop. In these 3 cities, you will find various establishments that promise fun and delicious food at night. For example, while dining at a restaurant, you might suddenly see Uzbek dancers performing their unique dances in the square. Honestly, the exclusive dances of Central Asian culture significantly enhance the pleasure of watching compared to Europe. Central Asian dances are truly graceful, and the dancers glide across the stage like swans. Not only their dances, but also the traditional costumes they wear shine brightly. There are also no alcohol restrictions in Uzbekistan. At night, in the place you visit, you can consume alcoholic beverages like vodka or whiskey to your liking, and enjoy pleasant moments according to your idea of entertainment. For example, besides authentic places, you can also increase the fun in nightclubs. because people in Uzbekistan like to have fun, and nightclubs, especially on weekends, are crowded. Additionally, the capital Tashkent suffered a devastating earthquake in 1996, with a magnitude of 8 on the Richter scale, and people still carry the weight of that earthquake. To give you an idea, in that earthquake, more than 36,000 buildings were destroyed, leaving more than 300,000 people homeless. The earthquake was so powerful that even the aftershocks following the main earthquake measured a magnitude of 7. During that time, people in Tashkent described living in this city as living on the back of a crazed camel. Subsequently, Tashkent was rebuilt with substantial help from the Soviet Union. Today, houses in Tashkent mostly have 4 or 5 floors, not excessively tall. Many of them were built after the 1966 earthquake. These houses usually consist of minimal apartments. We are talking about 2-room apartments with a living room and a bedroom, measuring around 70 square meters. The tricky part is that after Russia declared mobilization against Ukraine, hundreds of thousands of Russians emigrated to Uzbekistan. Therefore, the rental prices of these typical minimal apartments in Uzbekistan suddenly increased, and currently, landlords are asking for at least around $500 in rent. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel, leave your like and your comment. See you in the next video.